Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to yet another live stream. It is Bathurst week, and we are preparing for Saturday, the big race. And it's had a fantastic day yesterday out on the mountain for the first time in a while. Very encouraging signs. We're back for another round. Hello, Walter. Hello, Luke. Welcome in, everyone. And yeah, thank you for being here once again. So tonight, the plan is pretty simple. Just going to adjust that quickly. There we go. Plan is pretty simple. We are going to be trying another car and seeing how we go. We had a really nice time in the BMW yesterday, but my teammate for the event, he is keen to run the Porsche. So we are going to be trying that tonight for the first time and seeing how we get on with that. And pretty much by the end of it, we'll have the data we need to collectively make a decision on that. So it's exciting. I'm a little bit nervous. It's my first time driving the Porsche at all. Hey, Justin. Glowing Nico, hello. How are you today? So yeah, it might be a bit of a backwards day from yesterday. We had great pace yesterday. We had some really fun races. And then we will see how the Porsche is today. And hopefully with some track knowledge, we can find the differences with this car and see how we go. Now, overnight, we did have a new balance of performance that came out. And I guess we'll talk about the two cars that we're thinking of driving. The BMW got only another 0.25% power reduction, no additional weight, no change in the fuel load. And the Porsche got hit pretty hard. Out of all the cars, it got 8 kilos of weight penalty, and it got another 0.5% down on power. So it seems that the Porsche on paper is probably been the best car that they've seen so far, and they're trying to bring it back. It's a little bit like Daytona, I guess. But yeah, we'll see how we go, and we'll make a decision by the end of the day, I think. So same format as yesterday. We're going to have fixed, followed by an open, and then potentially another fixed race. We'll see how we get on. If they're horrendous, then we might jump back in the BMW, but we'll see. Hey Jack, how are you? How was your races in the BMW for you, mate? I saw you driving before while I was making dinner for family. Let's quickly jump into a practice, guys. We'll start doing some laps and start figuring this out. Change that car there. And we can register for the race. Fantastic. See, a little bit nervous for tonight to see how things play out. I've done a couple of laps with the setup that my teammate has been running, and it feels okay. It feels okay. It's strong in different areas, which sort of takes some getting used to. And there's a few areas where the BMW is super stable and you can trust it, with the Porsche not so much. So, hey Jack, how are you? Yep, online today. We won't be online tomorrow. Maybe Friday. We'll see. We'll see how much energy there is and how much rest we need before Saturday. But obviously all day Saturday, or for 12 hours on Saturday, the midday slot we'll be taking on. So it's pretty exciting. Hey Beck, how are you? How is everyone doing tonight? Has everyone been doing some Bathurst practice? How's everyone's feeling the first day? But yeah, the final balance of performance definitely hit the Porsche the most. And interestingly, I think that Aston Martin was the other car that kind of got the most hit as well, which I found interesting. Because I haven't really been seeing people use it too often. So, but no, the BMW seemed to be going well. So I ran my first Bathurst race, ended up P12 with 14X. Oh no. Corvette, yeah. I saw Basic Holly was using the Corvette today. They might be close to using that for the event, which would be a different one. Haven't seen many Corvettes out on track here. T3 Mac, hello. Does iRacing ever document the BOP changes? They do. It's certainly come up. Let's see if I can show you something here. Yeah, my teammates are good at distributing it. I'll switch to this one here. Can you guys read that? A bit bigger. Hang on. There you go. You guys should be able to read that. That's pretty much where things have gone with it. So there's your initial bop there, final bops there, and it shows the differences. So yeah, the BMW, it's just had a little bit of a power drop. The Aston Martin got kilos and a little bit of power there. Same with the Ford. But yeah, the Porsche's got the most. So that's not obviously an official one, but yeah, I think within circles it's pretty easy to see. But it's normally, hey Michael, good morning. Hey Yannick, how are you? Hosted for prep. No, we're doing some races tonight, mate, just to see how it goes. And compare notes from the races yesterday. But yeah, I think if we get close on where the Porsche is now, mate, I'll jump in after stream and do a few laps with the full load and stuff. But did a couple laps just before, feels all right. So we'll see how we get on with some racing tonight. Yeah, so that's pretty much where the bop's gone at the moment. This has just been shared with me on our team, so I don't know officially where to go and find it basically, but they do document it, they do distribute it. So yeah, let's get out on track. Let's load the livery up. And we have we've got this livery today. Had to run. Oh, come on, where is it? So we had the art car yesterday, which was fabulous. And we've got the Earl Bamber Motorsport car today. Can't complain running the Silver Fern. So hopefully it serves us well tonight. Hopefully it serves us well. Right, let's get into it. And again, just incredible people getting these liveries into trading paints so fast. You know, this car ran just in the weekend. And I swear someone is on the race, watching the race while doing the trading paint, while doing a livery at the same time, you know, because fantastic job. Trading Paints has got so many cool people doing liveries. Now Luke's been cooking me up some custom liveries that we're going to hopefully be able to show next week. So excited to run some personal liveries for the next while. It's starting to look very, very nice as normal. Luke does a great job doing my liveries for me. But I just had to take the opportunity to run some fun colours for the last few days. So, what gloves have I got? Mate, I've got some Sync Mesh ones. I bought them not too long ago, just with the endurance races that we're going to do this year. I needed a bunch more, so I had just really one pair for a while. So yeah, they're just the standard Sync Mesh ones, which I bought on Black Friday or something last year. So that'd have been good. They're nice. So these are really my first laps in the fixed setup. So I'll be interesting to see some of the differences. Some heat in these tyres. Hey Delphin, how are you, mate? Yeah, the first few laps with the Porsche, mate. I've got the doing some fixed practice now before the race, and I was doing some open setup laps before. So, watch out for kangaroo, absolutely. I need to simulate kangaroos in this game now. I think it's going to become a bit of a running theme for the 12-hour the next few years. But no, the open setup laps felt okay. They're a little bit different to the BMW, different in different areas. So we'll see how we go in race trim when you don't have as much time to think about exactly what you're doing with the car, and I think it's just proving how safe the BMW is over the top of the mountain. So yeah, if we can get close to that, and then we'll compare notes after tonight with my teammate, and we'll make a decision on what we're actually going to run for the race. Yeah, Jack, that was a really nasty crash. Really nasty crash. You know, tricky part of the track. And I heard as well in the broadcast the driver of the Mercedes-Benz was having comms issues as well. So the car that was running P2 had the call that there was a car stopped on track, backed off, and the leader just didn't. So with the marshals not doing a great job, and you think, you know, that car would be around this corner. It'd be like there, bang. So there's... the first car he would have seen was the car, the Aston Martin, on the side, which would have funneled him down the inside more. And to be honest, even if it had all the double flags in the way, unless they red flagged it, unless it was the immediate call to red flag it, I don't think those cars, I think he would have hit him one way or the other, maybe with less force, but really rough place of the track to have a spinner. I guarantee you there'll be some changes for next year around the cars that get wave bys and how they do that whole setup, I think, because that was a really bad crash. Left-hander before the dipper, the car really can't quite turn to right. Is that in fixed or open? Is it a bit better in open for you? Yeah, I think the red flag's a really hard one, right? Because I think if you'd called the red flag, it sets a precedent that red flags will become really normal, and the restart procedure for a red flag is horrendously long, you know? So I think, yeah, really tough ball. Hey Thomas, how are you? You know, I don't think you can take away how difficult that call is to make in the moment. And it was a combination of problems, really. You know, I'm sure there's even procedures around, you know, marshals. Even if they called the red flag, it probably wouldn't have gone out fast enough to marshals. Someone mentioned, I saw comments, someone talking about potentially like a light board system becoming a normal on the track. So if, you know, the race director calls a red, it immediately flashes red. I think that could be a really interesting idea. Because, yeah, it's just one of those split-second decisions, and you see it on TV, maybe the car gets moving, something changes. Race directors have got so much pressure to keep the race going. But obviously we had worst-case scenarios, so, yeah. Yeah, the only yellow flags I saw in the replay were the ones pretty much, you know, at Forest Elbow there, which is, yeah, too soon, and even if you saw them, you don't know it's that bad around the corner. You know, what are the chances, right? We wouldn't live for a yellow flag in that situation in the game here. And you're in the lead of the race, you've got the whole pack behind you. Yeah, it's tricky. So even the guy in P2, you know, he said, yeah, the team told me there was a car at Forest Elbow, and he's like, yeah, even I didn't slow down enough, and I knew it was there. So, yeah, it's tricky. No, I think the lack of comms for that Merc was probably the biggest issue with that crash. But certainly there'll be an interesting review. We see what they change next year. Hey mate, eat, sleep, rally, repeat. I can tell what you're into. Love to do some rally games here. Bit of AC rally. Looks fantastic at early access. Yeah, it's not as understeery there as the BMW is. I think this is more forgivable when perplexed the kangaroo 20 minutes in. Yeah. Pulverizing, yeah. Yeah, that kangaroo accident was just shocking, wasn't it? It's such a Bathurst incident, that one. Oops. AC Rail is phenomenal. Yeah, it looks amazing. You know, for early access. Looks like those guys are doing a really good job. Yeah, I really want to try it in VR. Hey, Eric. Nice to see you on Trak just before, mate. Thought I recognised that that Mustang. I've seen people take Forest Hellburn first. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think we have to commit to second at the chase with fixed setup here. Oh, don't get that curb. Oh. Oh dear. Not sure I need first. We'll see. Canegas, yes, for VR racing. Yeah, I need to try LMU very soon. For LMU, yeah. Yeah, I think LMU will be. It feels like it should be the benchmark. You know, Pimax have put all that investment into it. You think VR should be pretty good for LMU. So no, it's certainly something I'm going to try very soon. Alright, what time have we done so far? 2:06. Definitely more in this. I'll be careful not to compare it too much to my times from yesterday. So obviously we've had that bop change overnight. So even the BMW should be a little bit slower. It's nice there and fixed. I think that's the wall for that guy. Shinog, hello mate. Good morning to you. Right, too hot into there. We'll try and not pitch it in as hard as the BMW. 205? 249. This guy's back out on track after his moment at the dipper. Oops, sliding. Yep. Stick wide. It's good on brakes down there. If you don't jump on them too hard initially. Days of Fray. Been watching your videos on iRacing. I thought I'd let you know that you're the reason I play it every day now. Oh, cheers, man. So glad I can show it off so nicely. Yeah, I certainly try and show these games off in a positive light, you know, and it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun here on iRacing, so glad you're enjoying them, and I hope you're enjoying iRacing yourself. Hope you made the right choice, you know, you're having fun. Haven't led you astray, hopefully. How much do you love the sound of that straight cut gears, though? Yeah, very, very heavenly. You can't deny that the Porsche is always a wonderful sounding car. Are the game noise levels okay still for the stream, everyone? I can play around with them if I need to. Or it's just a bit of sweet music to your ears on a Wednesday night here in Belgium for me. All BMWs in front of us on this leaderboard. Oh, gone wide. I think the BMW was a bit stronger than the Porsche in the fixed setup yesterday. And then the tables turned a bit in open setup, which is probably more of the real test for us tonight, with the race being on Saturday being the big thought. Feels nice in fixed setup here, though. Whoa. We can't get much closer to the wall there. It's a lot easier to get it turned at Forest Elbow there, I think, compared to the BMW. So using the G920, I've been eyeing up Simagic Alpha Evo. Yeah, nice. That's pretty much what I'm running. I've got the previous version Alpha, the Simagic wheelbase, but yeah, the P1000 pedals. Great piece of kit. And I bought them with the idea that I wouldn't need to change them, and that's certainly been the case 18 months on. So yeah, they're really nice. Can definitely recommend. And we were talking about it on stream yesterday, but Simagic have bolt-on haptic units for the pedals and stuff. And I find it really helpful with iRacing, with, you know, not trying to get into the ABS and stuff. Having those basically plug-and-play haptic units is, yeah, it's really nice. Oh, okay. That's a big difference to the BMW, that corner there. Let's go wide. Oh no! That's not ideal. That wasn't ideal, was it, team? Was it? Was it? Did he just lose it? Yeah, he did. Hang on. This is very unfortunate. It's just lit it up. Lit it up on the grass. Yep. That's really unfortunate. Oh dear. Nothing like a bit of battle practice as well in your normal practice sessions, right? So where we're at the moment, under 2049. Feels okay. Yeah, a couple of little differences, a couple of corners there. Maybe just can't get in as deep. A little bit more gentle with the weight transfer. I think the BMW can just, you know, stamp on the brakes, stamp on the throttle. It's sort of okay with it. The transition in this is a little bit different. And certainly found that in an open setup, the rear has a tend to let go a little bit. If you sort of transition the weight of the car too much, you get off the brake a bit too quick, trying on the throttle a bit too quick. No big accidents though, yet. Touch wood. I've come out behind the same guy. Let's see if he lets me by this time. Just ease off the throttle there, bud. No? No, don't want to do it? Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? I'm not sure why he wants to fight me so much. Maybe he wants to be on the stream. That's right, we got through that time. Sorry guys, I'm catching on the chat here. It's hey Ellie, how are you? Just a small touch, yes. I'll be spoiled me. It's very nice to be able to trust the game, literally. No, I think so. Like again, I don't think iRacing's terrible. The netcode can be really bad sometimes. I gather that. But, you know, if you're trying to race clean, you can race clean. You know, if you try and push the boundaries a bit, then yeah, LMU's got a netcode that lets you get away with that. But I think in most cases, a crash is a crash. So yeah, you race a bit more. If you can race with a little bit more politeness on iRacing, I think you can do just as good a job having a good race battle. But I try and race like that anyway, even on other sims, and have done the whole time. So I haven't found it too bad. Yeah, netcode and bits and pieces. So. Yeah, LMU asked me to start changing all the TC ABS settings. Yeah, I think again that's probably a bit more like in real life. But yeah, having to try and relearn, you know, trying to learn like what different TCs do. Oh, Charlie, you're door number 2. we were very much hoping to be in the same split, but it looks like I'm probably door card last. Yeah, sorry. You like the Beamer more, or is it too early to say? Yeah, Thomas, I think it's probably too early to say. I think they're a little bit different. I know I'm so well tuned in on the BMW. It's sort of hard to say. But we'll hopefully get there. Oh yeah, door card 10. Charlie, I'm door card number 10. Yeah, you were pretty close to getting in. Desiree, thank you. Yeah, we'll see how we get on here. There's a lot of Porsches in here. A couple of BMWs, a couple of McLarens, a Corvette. There you go. It's Wesley there in the is in the Corvette. Okay, but what about bump draft for 4X and GT3? Yeah, don't want to bump draft them too hard. Yeah, Charlie, I think I'll probably go down a little bit and you'll probably come up. So I think the next one will probably be in the same split. I think I'll be doing well to hold on to iRating here. We'll see how we go. No better way to learn than just, yeah, just getting on with it and trying, right? Throwing yourself in the deep end a bit. Yeah, so the door card number, and I'll show you on this one here briefly. The door card number basically shows where you are inside the split. So door card 1 has the top iRating. I'm door card 10 out of 20. So technically, you know, and in the concept of iRating, I should finish 10th is sort of the idea. But yeah, nine drivers have more iRating than me, 9 have less. Right in the middle. And the where you are, like, kind of, it splits the iRating gain loss a little bit more. So for example, so if you're door card 19, you win the race, you actually get more iRating than if you were door card 1 and you win the race. And that will depend on how spread out the strength of field is, how much difference from the top iRating to the bottom iRating, etc. So it's quite complicated, but the idea is if you get into a race and you can finish at or above your door number, then you've performed well. But yeah, like, I think with the amount of people that play iRacing, you know, these splits are, you know, only sometimes within 100 or 200 iRating, so everyone is pretty much the same at that point, I consider anyway. You know, I think on ACC or LMU, you can have quite big splits where the guy, if you know, split 1, the guy is a full-blown alien at the top, and then someone like me at the bottom, and it's not exactly a particularly even split at that point. But at my level on iRacing, and most levels on iRacing, I'd have to say, you're on a evening like this where most people are on, yeah, everyone in the race could win it. So it makes it pretty close, makes it good fun. But yeah, if you're having an off night, there's no free positions. You don't look at a list of drivers and go, oh, even if I'm off, I should beat 10 of them. You think, oh, I'm going to be last, you know. So I'm a little bit nervous about tonight. New car, not peak pace. There'll probably be an iRacing close to cost to try in this car tonight. It's got to be done. Right. Yeah, it should be enough. Yeah, that's to be honest, Ali, that's part of the reason why I really like iRacing, is that, you know, I don't feel like I'm a split 1 driver, and you know, I've won more races on iRacing than I did in ACC, because I'd always end up split 1 where a top 10 is like an amazing result, but it's 10th, you know. So I kind of like that the aliens get to do their thing, and I can be split 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, and not have to compete with those guys too much. I don't use Crew Chief at the moment. You know, all the overlay stuff you see is my IR drive, and then I just use the spotter in game. I only just recently installed SimHub because my friend Luke, who does my liveries, he made me a flag box. So we got a new addition to the rig the other day, which is a bit of fun. A few more flashing LEDs. It's been quite handy actually, I'm not gonna lie. Turn, turn, turn. Okay, it's not bad. That's a bit wide, that's a bit wide. Wait, yep. Alright, down the hill. Yeah, there's a lot of good overlays out there. Yeah. Yeah, iOverlay. Race Lab's obviously a really big one. Yeah, guys at iDrive they've been supporting me for a long time, so it was really cool when they came out with their... They brought this overlay out when I started iRacing actually, so it was well timed. Yeah, so iDrive is a one-time payment if... But some of them are free. Like iOverlay is free. There's a couple other ones are. Oh no. There we go. That's what I was hoping not to do. Damn it. That's frustrating. Yeah, the one-time stuff is just easier, right? You know, lifetime license and all that. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get another lap. It's going to count that. That's annoying. Yeah, so any improvements the app comes with, etc., it's all part of that payment and stuff. So yeah. Oh well, guys, we're gonna be down the list on this one. That was an annoying little spin there. Yeah, I've unfortunately done that a couple of times in the Porsche in practice. It's sort of, yeah, the BMW has no issue on the rear, so you can sort of get into that first corner a lot harder, get the car turned. And yeah, it just gives away. So I have to be careful of that. It seems like fixed. Once the tires warm up, that's okay. But yeah, in the open setup, I have to be careful with that in practice. So that might be a reoccurring thing tonight. Hopefully not too many times. Yeah, Race Labs is a reoccurring sub. Yeah, it is. Yeah, cough like a second, Bannerino. Yeah, no, first one of the day. First one of the day. We're down to 10th already. These are second laps coming through. Yep. 2:04.6 so far. It's the best lap. Yeah, potentially could have been there or thereabouts with a good one. Who else has done 2? A couple of people behind me have already done 2, so we're not going to be at the very back. A few people haven't set a lap. I think there must be a few more people coming through. Yeah, we might be starting 10th. 11th, there we go. Gone down 1. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this race goes. Yeah, Freya, I think yeah, if you're on the Logitech stuff, it will be, yeah, it will be, you might be struggling a little bit there. Yeah, you sort of end up trying to learn on what the inputs look like more than what they feel like. And I certainly find particularly cars like this, you know, a nicer wheelbase, there is a nice feedback. It really does, you know, you can really feel what the front and the rear are doing in the car. I really enjoy that feeling on iRacing personally. Same with, I assume, the pedals. If you've got the set you know, without the load cell and bits and pieces, you know, because the braking's obviously really, really important on iRacing. So there's certainly some cars you can get away with it. All right, so we're going to start 11th for this one. So it's not the worst thing in the world. that little moment.
One to go. Next time by, line up on the left side. Pit road is closed right now.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I think I'd be struggling on maybe on pedal set like that. Cutting the rubber in half is probably the best thing I've done, is that just makes everything firmer, less travel. So that's very interesting. So in this race, quickly show here before you take off, pretty much the back half of the field is all the Porsches, and everything else is up near the front. So yeah, maybe that bop's done its job. We might see a bit more of a diverse field come Saturday, or we all just messed up our laps. We'll have to see. All right, 20 minutes, fixed setup, first official race, in the Porsche.
About to go green. Stay focused.
Oh no, don't blink in front of me, please. That's close to the back of it. Nowhere to go. Just want to fill tyres. Don't really want to be on the outside here, but let's see how we get on. Here we go. You find yourself in all sorts of problems on the outside of turn 2 there. Ah, someone there. I left space I didn't really want to. Everyone's been sensible. Cold tyres. Okay. Still 11th, I think, after that. Oh, I followed him into the wall. I think he got it. I think he got the wall a bit harder than I did. Alright, no pressure behind. Let's settle into this one. Well, that's surely a dive. That guy came from absolutely nowhere. That's annoying. Yeah, that's not ideal. It's alright, we're surviving. Didn't find ourselves this far back in a race yesterday, so we're a bit more in the wars this time round. Alright, these guys side by side through here. That's always a tricky one. There's some massive trainer cars here too. Oh, crashing, crashing, crashing. They're just waiting for everyone to... Oh, what a move.
Car on your left. Clear on the left.
How did we get through that? Let's go. Ninth. Little bit of patience there was well worth that in the end. What a moment. Right, got Nils behind us. I'm pretty sure we raced him yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. In the second race. That's a YouTube show I've ever seen one. That's true. That's true. I have been accumulating some shorts. We'll be putting some shorts up soon. Right, now I've just got to not crash for the next 14 minutes. See if we can't work our way into this race a bit. Oh, missed a zipper there. Yeah, no, I think I think, yeah, it's, when things are happening in front of you, you just got to just try and stay calm, see what's happening, and yeah, not overthink it too much, really. And especially down there, that's a pinball machine there, you know. So you got to be ready for these cars to just bounce off walls and kind of go where you don't expect to. Really, I think a few people got involved in that because they sort of try to rush to get by the accident. And I learned that pretty early on. There's a few crashes I've been involved in where, you know, someone spins and you're sort of like, oh cool, just duck around them, and then they just move a little bit more, and then bang, hit your rear end as you go by or something. And you know, the damage is so brutal in this game that you're sort of better to avoid it at all costs. You know, because 7 minutes of damage is a lot bigger penalty than, you know, losing 5, 6, even 10 seconds because you sort of almost stopped and let an accident be finished before you try and get around it. Yeah, we've got to do this for 12 hours on Saturday, so the endurance mindset's already starting to kick in a bit, I think. Alright, put a little bit of time to the car behind. Let's see if we can keep that up. Oh, surely this is an accident. Oh, that's awkward, thank you. Oh, he's a lapped car as well. Oh no, it wasn't even for position. Okay, 3 seconds to the car in front. Let's see what we can do with a clean lap. Oh, sorry, Taser Frey. It looks like my Stream Elements has deleted a bunch of messages for probably no apparent reason. Sorry about that. I did this the other night, and I think I've got some of the settings wrong, so not intentional. Sorry. Don't get that curb. Oh, that one. Goodness me. Yeah, lost how big to the cars in front that lap. We're looking behind now. Spit up. Deep into there. I feel like I can push harder into Forest Elbow, but it was a bit too hard there. Darth, hard to say, mate. I think I'm just so well tuned into the BMW, so it's sort of hard to sort of pick it too much right now. Porsche's not bad. I think there might even be a conversation of if it's now been hit hard enough with BOP to sort of not make it the choice, you know. Certainly in this race, you know, it's all BMWs and Mercedes and stuff at the front, so. yeah, what we were doing yesterday, 204s in this race, you know, so far there's more speed in the BMW, but I certainly haven't unlocked this car just yet. And even for the 12 hour, you know, it's not an outright fastest thing, it's about how comfortable you are driving the car, and can you drive it for 12 hours without having a silly moment where you lose the rear end and hit the fence. And going back to that, you know, that conversation about damage, you know, it's can't win the race if you spend 30 minutes in the pits. It up. Okay, so Max in front has been passed. He is the lead the lead Porsche in this race. So it's a bit telling that he's been caught and passed by the McLaren there. That was shocking. .204 flat for someone in front of us. Ryan. Oh, so he almost lost. Just feel the rear wanting to come around at that corner. A little bit more hesitant on getting on throttle there. 205.1, so yeah, pretty much a second slower on the leaders that lap. It's a lot of time. But I think next race will be the telling one. I think the BMW was just generally stronger in fixed setup this week. But open setup will be the tell. You know, the cars are harder to drive, they're faster, longer race, pit stop, all that stuff. So if we're struggling with that car in open setup, which is what we'll be driving the 12 hour in, then that's maybe the telling. But we're optimistic. We're not going to paint the picture just yet. It's definitely easier getting it through Forest Elbow. Only a couple more laps left of this one. Right, it's a bit of T1. And the 204s. Let's see if we can't put a little bit of pressure on Max by the end of this race. Oh. Yes, we can. Oof. Why is he flashing me? Is that a hello, maybe? Okay, up to 8th. And we're now the lead Porsche in this race. Which is quite, I think, quite the opposite to what it was yesterday. I don't think 8th place would have been the top Porsche yesterday. Last lap. Let's not mess it up. That was nice. Thanks for choosing to spend some time with me tonight as we prepare for Bathurst 12 hour. I'm certainly excited for the weekend, I've got to admit. Oh, touch the wall. Oh no. I got an off track for hitting the wall. To see. Don't get that one too. Oh, I didn't want to hit that any harder. Wheel's not bent. Got away with that, I think. I think Max must have some damage from that moment there, because he's dropped right back on this lap. Well, that's a solid first race there in the Porsche. 8th place. I'll take that. Starting 13th, or starting 11th. Missing that mess. Not bad. Not bad. Should be a little bit of iRacing gain there as well. We'll take that. Thank you, Ali. Appreciate that. We'll have a quick look at what happened at the start there. Which one is it? That one. Where's our turn? Here we go. Must be this here. Let's get rid of this. Let's have a quick look. What has happened up in front? So we've definitely got a bit of a train here. These guys side by side, which is always tricky through here. That never really works, if I'm being honest. And then the real action. This is Max, who we got in the second to last lap, and he's gonna see it and get through it as well a little bit here. Okay, so these guys have just had an absolute shocker in here too deep. The McLaren hits the wall, so he's out of control, and I think he just runs into the back of the Ferrari in front. She can't really brake and turn. Yep, so he smashed him. Completely out of control. And then the trying to drive away when you have no front wheel is probably not ideal. And I I think the McLaren here was just having a frustrated lunge into the back of that car. And then we've just sort of seen this unfold. Yep, one wall, two walls. Yep, we missed it. Oh, that's probably just a little bit more luck and just being a little bit patient, just waiting for some space. Yeah, certainly unlucky for the red and white Macca there. Guy behind is too eager. And yeah, the pinball effect there. Got through it. Nice. So yeah, I think we're lucky with that one. And allowed us to have a nice race in the end. So P2 here, boring race. Look, sometimes results are boring. That's a good result, Jack. Well done, mate. Good job indeed. You don't want the most exciting races all the time. 21 iRating, another 0.09 on the safety rating. We'll take that. We'll take that. Fastest lap of the race was a 2:04.0. We did a 2:04.9. Now we're going to have to see how my friend Charlie got on. There you go. He got fourth. Did a 2:04.3. He's in the BMW tonight. Very nice. Couple of seconds away. A little bit of no man's land in the end, but so he's 2:7.93. So let's see if we end up in the same split. I'm 2:7.93. Yeah, less than 100 iRating. So hopefully, Charlie, if you're there. Oh, yep, there you are. Sorry, I really missed you in the chat. Sorry, mate. P8, P4. Good job, man. Yep, a little bit faster than me in the Porsche on that in that race. Best lap. Yeah, let's see how we get on. Right, so we're going to jump into the open now. Try and do just a couple of laps before we have to get involved. 542 drivers in tonight, so they're starting to get a bit full of these races. Yeah, it wasn't fast enough for P1. P3 was too slow for me. No one around to be friends with you. Like I say, it's sometimes not the worst thing. You know, getting around Bathurst for a race is sometimes enough of an enemy. So, podium. It's good, man. See if we can quickly get. It's not going to be a huge amount of practice. Gonna lie. And I don't have a specific qualifying setup for this this car just yet, so we'll just have to take some fuel out of it for qualifying. Yeah, Charlie, the setup, I'd say the open setup, it's still pretty good over the top. It's probably 2 laps before you can go flat over the top. And it's honestly not a huge amount different to that. It's just, yeah, it's a little bit more tail happy on cold tires. And yeah, it takes a few more laps to sort of be fully confident over the top. So have you already made your decision on cars that you will drive? No, I have not. Bram, I haven't. This is tonight testing the Porsche. This is sort of my teammates' kind of preference. We've sort of both come at this with 2 different cars that we've spent more time in and feel comfortable with. Yeah, was working out which way the best compromise is. So I think this could be a slightly more telling race with the open setup that we're running here. So now let's go that one. And yeah, he's doing good race here means A license for you as well, Charlie. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's funny if you have a clean enough race, it's actually quite simple to gain safety rating, you know, because you're either in the wall and getting lots of incident points, or you can keep it out of the wall and actually gain quite a bit. So I think that guy forgot a speed pit limiter. What do you think, team? Yeah, Jack, I think safety is a huge part. We were just talking about before at the end of the race here. It's like, you know, what's fast and what's safe. You know, what gets you to the finish line the fastest, which is sometimes just not crashing for 12 hours. You know, Daytona was a lot like that for us. You know, we just knew that we just needed something safe, and the speed would be there or thereabouts, but not crashing was always going to be the biggest factor to a special event. And let's be honest, there'll be a moment. Yeah, it's 12 hours at Bathurst. There'll be a moment of some description. There's always a bit of a setback with these special events, I feel. Unrealistic to think they'll just go smoothly. Nope. Too deep on cold tires. Alright, there's your first lesson in open setup. Yeah, I feel like got half a run up the hill before we go live. 678 drivers signed up for this this race. Hey Cranky. We got through the first race. Not too bad. A little bit off pace versus the BMW, but we're still sort of playing with what the new bouncer performance is at the moment. And then yeah, it's our first race in the open setup, which is a little bit sketchier on cold tires. So we'll just see how confident we can get over the race distance, really. Oh, yep. That's a big one. Sorry, team. Oh, that poor guy as well. So this could be fun. Yep, this could be fun. It's just proving how safe they make the fixed setups, I think, to be perfectly honest. And qualifying's about to start. So that's a good warm up, guys. I'm feeling really confident. Really confident. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? But yeah, Cranky, the balance of performance they put in overnight's really hit the Porsche. So 8 kilos of ballast and another 0.5% of power reduction. So it's probably out of all the cars the hardest hit. The BMW only got 0.25% power reduction. So it's probably potentially a little bit stronger. But yeah, the Porsche is a lot nicer at Forest Elbow. It's less understeery than the BMW is, so you can sort of push in there a little bit better. But yeah, it's a little bit trickier on cold tires so far. Yeah, Justin, you're right, mate. It's all about that second lap in qualifying. Just get around the first one. Yeah, once they get a bit more heat in, makes a big difference around here. Just don't mess up turn 1 on that second lap, right? So Charlie, hey, you're not in here, Charlie. We've missed out again. We've missed out again. So I'm door card 18 of 30 in this race. And Charlie's probably like door card 5 of his one. maybe even higher. Oh dear. So yeah, such closely matched splits. It's awesome. Cheers, Justin. Thank you. We'll pull one out of the hat, maybe. Or just avoid mess like the previous one. So again, guys, we're looking at a bit more of a split of cars now. Got a few more Aston Martins here than we had yesterday. It's a few more McLarens, less Porsches. So potentially everyone's just now trying some cars after the bop. Door card one, unbelievable, Charlie. Should have dived for the podium, mate. Cheers, Jack. Appreciate that. Well, you better win then, Charlie. You better win, mate. So yeah, a bit more of a mix there. Got a Ford up the front, a couple of Chevs. So yeah, it's nice. Good to see. Yeah, say Daytona was a bit of a one-car fest, and it almost looked to be the same. So maybe we're going to have a slightly different outcome to this one. See how we go. Oh, Jack's in one of these races. Fantastic. You're in the Beamer. Yeah. It's a good choice, mate. It's a good choice. How many litres at the pit stop? That's a good question. I just do auto fuel with the 1 lap margin. You can set that in the black box, mate. So that'll be nice and simple. And just don't cook the pit lane entry. It's a bit of a tricky one. But looking forward to hearing you win your race, mate. Good luck. Oh, I didn't take the fuel out of it. Don't have time anymore. Right, so this is going to be a full fuel run. My bad. But at least we're not going to forget to put fuel back into it for the race. Bit of a mess from me. Yeah, pit lane side. How many chicanes do you want to fit in a tiny section? Yeah. Yes. It's funny, so you get the angle right, you just straight line it anyway. And you just sort of bounce across the grass, and that's all the pro drivers do as well. Yeah, it's really easy to mess that pit lane up as well. Someone did it in the real life 12 hour as well, a bit hot. And that's a shortcut back onto the main straight. Okay. Right, we're going to lock in for these couple of laps. So sorry if I miss any messages there. Let's see if we can put a time on the board for everyone. Very cautious into there. 2027. What's that 2027? Miles away. Doesn't help that I'm full of fuel, but still. No, 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 no. Oh, Edley. Oh, that is frustrating. Ah, that is annoying. Well, we're going to be at the back of this one as well, I think. Have I had a problem with tyre temps here before? No, not necessarily. Just being a little bit more cautious when it's, yeah, doing those first laps. Yeah, I'm going to be lucky to be not the very back of this field, if I'm being honest. 23rd. Watch the name plummet here. It's going to be a mess back here, I think. Certainly an improving lap so far, but it's it's for all for naught. Yeah, sort of feels like this car's maybe an extra lap to sort of get up to the front grip that the BMW gets a bit quicker. So just running a little bit wide there and just got on the throttle a bit too early. And that was that basically. Yep, 27th. BMW feels sketchy on the uphill section for me. Yeah, it's not it won't be too bad once the tyres are up, mate. Probably about it's just an extra couple of laps first fixed in the open setups. But once it's up there, once it's up to temp, should be pretty much flat. Maybe a little lift at the grate before you turn into that other wall. Miss the curb, obviously. But yeah, I've almost got the opposite. The BMW feels better up the hill than this one does. Just that they're good in different places. I'm sort of struggling to adjust to both of them in you know, what race 2, right? So so I'll just be about avoiding the carnage on this one. I've at least got all the fuel in the car, so I have to worry about that.
One lap to green. Line up on the left side. Pit road is closed.
Right, so move at that. Tyres are off. 27th, out of 30. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, Alabama Motorsport livery is a good one, eh? Yeah, had to run it. Had to run it tonight. Nice to have the big silver fern on the side of the car. Not too many race cars with a big New Zealand silver fern on the side. Yeah, big room, not many wide corners here. No, Miles, it's going to be difficult to move forward. Put it that way. You know, it's not easy to pass around Bathurst. Particularly not being super comfortable in this car just yet. So we'll just try to avoid some drama and just stay in the race, and we'll see. If there's a gaggle of cars, maybe we will consider an undercut just to get myself out of traffic, hit some fast laps, try to get the positions back. Although it's hard because you don't spend those laps with the low fuel later in the race. So the undercut doesn't often work, but if we feel we're well out of position here, it might be worth giving that a go. Someone who hopes to get into sim racing in the future, love the vids. Been any track days? Thank you for watching. Appreciate that very much. I haven't done any real life track days. I sort of have just not really had the chance to, and to be honest, I'm not really sure I would, if I'm honest. We'll see. Maybe in the future. Yeah, I'm an automotive tech by trade, so I have a bit too much mechanical sympathy to sort of batter cars around in real life. just can feel things wearing out and breaking. It's easier to do in the sim because you crash, you just reset. Okay, let's see if we can stay out of the drama here. Oh, there's a car there. Sorry, mate. My bad. Thought I was... Yeah, I want the inside here anyway. Could be the next Jimmy Broadbent. We're a little while off that one. Missed the qualifying. Yeah, I got an off track at the top of the hill, Jack, so second lap was invalid. But there was some speedy people in this. There we go. Let's get through here, single file. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay. There's the Bathurst chaos. We've missed it for the second race in a row. Oh, Mustang's gone. Oh, just held on to that. Oh, Charlie, you're here already, mate. No. Where did you start in your race, mate? Dude. You had a great opportunity to get up to the same iRacing on this one, because I don't think I'm going to be in the positives of this. It's another yellow flag. Oh no, just someone off the circuit there. Nano, yeah, the last few weeks, mate, have been really, really good. It comes, it goes. It comes, it goes. I'm not expecting it to keep going up. P10, my fault too. But very unlucky, I have to say. Oh, mate, it's a shame. Yeah, P10, that's sort of in the thick of it sometimes, isn't it? Lap 1. Yeah, I've got him at the last few weeks. I've sort of felt like the I rating, like the 3000 I rating threshold is like this next level that I don't quite have just yet. Nice. My OBS was telling me something there. I thought we were gonna have some stream problems. No, just a weird pop-up. That's okay. Let's get back to the race. No, yeah, it definitely feels like, I know, there's something about 3000 which feels like it's another step up, and I'm slowly getting there. But there's yeah, still a few elements of my driving that I'm missing to really get up there well and be a 3K, 3000 something I-rated driver, but getting there slowly. Yeah, that's the thing, Jack, right? It's pace is you know what I mean? Like pace and racing, it's the different things. And actually being able to race well enough, confidently enough to keep progressing. But we'll get there. This guy's going slow up ahead. This is open setup, this one. Yeah, I did the fixed race before. Which went alright. We avoided some drama and had a solid enough race. Wide, 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 wide. Yeah. Yeah, the Aston Martin, it did get a lot of use at the start of the week, but there's certainly more Astons in this race now. Got a little bit more of a hit on the balanced performance today. Say in general, oh come on, Bradley, get off that curb. Say in general, there was a lot of Porsches at the start of yesterday, and a lot less today. So the tide might be swinging. Yeah, we're making some grunt up the hill now, aren't we? It's about as hot as you want to go in there. Oh, hold on, goodness me. Oh no. That is not the hit you want. Wheel's still straight, but there's definitely some damage. Alright, let's get into a groove here. There's basically no pressure at all behind, I'm going to be honest. Oh, get off that curb. Yeah, ouch, ouch indeed. That's right. We're learning in real time here. Yep, 2:03.3 last lap. Oh, we got Max behind us. He got caught up in that crash on lap 1 by the looks of things. Quite cautious on the exit that time round. Yeah, I was not as nice, I don't think, or not having as fun with it. Let's be honest. Only my second race in this car, and we're learning as we go here. We're in a very quick race, I'm not going to lie. This is probably the fastest race I've done this week. But we're on a bit of a fact-finding mission with the Porsche. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Yeah, thanks everyone for spending time in the stream here. Really appreciate it. It's amazing, the support. I'll share with you guys, yesterday was my biggest stream so far, and we had just over 1,200 people tune in while live, which is amazing. Just honestly can't really believe it. The numbers have been fantastic, but thank you so much for choosing to spend some time here as we try and conquer the mountain this week. I gotta say, a couple of weeks ago I was so nervous to go live and sort of show the driving live and what the response might be, but you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much. If you've simply watched or if you've been in chat. Yeah, it's been really fun, really enjoying doing it. And I think I'm starting to relax into it. And honestly, I feel like my driving has gotten better. You guys have just made it a bit more fun and enjoyable, and racing more has helped. But no, thank you so much for being here. Oh, that's a bit better. The dip is becoming my work-on point the next few days, in whichever car we choose to drive. It's a bit hot into there too. Alright, we're learning. Thanks, Amateur Racer. I appreciate it. No, it has been great. Yeah, making the videos is awesome. They're certainly time-consuming, but they've been a lot of fun. But to translate that into live has been awesome. Yeah, I'm not. It feels okay around Bathurst. Yeah, Genzo, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I just love the BMW. But yeah, giving it my best go here. So getting a little bit faster. Maybe we need to try getting into the 203s. Guys in front, 203.1 for that BMW. This race is a good, probably good showing as well for overall pace for this iRacing level, because it's probably the iRacing level we'll be racing against in the weekend. My teammate Yannick is a little higher iRacing than me, so we should be in and amongst these sorts of drivers, I think, for the race. Bit better on the exit that time round. Yes, Scott, it really is a roller coaster. It really, really is. And yeah, drop in from the top down and just sort of guide it down as best you can. Repairs, good stuff, mate. Good to get back out on track. Try salvage some of that iRacing, mate. And that safety rating, of course. You're so close to A license as well. Okay, 241. Yeah, I need to be a chunk quicker if I want to think about catching these guys in front, but at least try and get into the 203s and be a bit more consistent there. Still 6 laps of fuel. Don't need to think about the early stop anymore. Oh, there's some smoke. We're not completely out of sight up in front either. I need a bit of luck though for the rest of this race. Okay. 2038, getting better. Yellow flag. Yep. Wonder if that's the same car that had the bad luck in the last race. Same livery at least. It was for position. I can ignore this message. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm going to be... Let's try and lock in a little bit here. See if we can't extract a little bit more pace. Up to 22nd. That wasn't any good. Car does feel a lot nicer with the everything warmed up properly. Nope, another yellow flag. Yep. Oh my goodness. What has happened? What on earth has happened? I'm 13th. What on earth has gone on there? There's 9 positions. What on earth has happened? Have you seen anything like that? Yeah, that is one heck of an incident. Now I might be fighting for my life here at the end of the race, as half these guys want to try and come back up the field. Yeah, the guy behind me's lost the bumper. Can't believe that. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 cars behind me. One of them is lapped. And then quite a big gap. 10th. No, I'm 10th now. That's even better. Oh, don't have a moment yourself. All right, lock in, lock in. Let's let's convert our luck here. Right, 2 more laps after this before the stop. Oh, is Yuri doing some fuel saving, is he? Yeah, that could be half important for the race. Haven't quite got to that point yet. But even this race, if you do a bit of fuel saving, you can go like an extra lap. I think I was sort of like 2.7 laps of fuel over the line there. Being fast with fuel savings, a bit of an art form though. And for Daytona we practiced it a lot. Okay, we've got some people stopping at the moment. So we've got one more after this one. And then it's just a bit of a quick run to the line. Yeah, overcuts. I think the overcut's decently strong. Yeah, he's getting 201s, yeah. That's crazy pace. I know where my limits are. I'm definitely not getting that fast. Right, 203.8 the last lap. Oh, someone else is... Oh, green. Always nervous with the yellow flags over the top here. Trying to be the good person and actually lift and not escalate an incident. Certainly handy the countdown for that yellow flag on the with the overlay there. Just wish iRacing gave a little bit more data, because on ACC you would get a box and it would show you where the yellow flag car was. So if it was like well off the track, or if it was in the middle of the track, it's very handy around here. But iRacing do not give that information out, unfortunately. Okay, this will be the stop. Auto fuel. Where's our box down there?
Pit boxing 10,
Cool. No tyres. Auto fuel.
5, 3, 2, 1. Right here. Move it, move it.
Let's go. Right, so McLaren behind. Don't know if that was the car in front, maybe? We've got about 4 laps left. 5 laps left. See what we can do here. Whoosh. Oh, the Mustang. Goodness me, that was for position. Colder tyres out of the pits. We're pushing a bit hard. Aston Martin pushing hard too. Right, we're showing 10th. Whew. Oh, pushing hard through there. Turn. It's a crash as well. Well, that's for position too. I don't think I'm going to hold this guy off behind though. Oh. I wanted to give him space. Okay. Yeah, he was just looking really feisty behind, and I didn't want to have a moment. Haven't been this pace all race, so I don't want to do something silly here. We got a lot of freebies this race so far, so let's not give them away. Say 3 laps to go, maybe. Or 4. I've got 4 laps of fuel, so it should be okay. He's pushing hard, he's not quite getting away though. I'm honest, I thought he would drive away a bit more there on that lap. It's a bit wide. Ooh, that was close. Oh, I've done it again. Okay, wheels still straight. Looks like we need 2 more laps. Which is good. I've got 2.5 laps of fuel, so we're going to be just alright, I think. Oh no. Ooh. Ooh. That was close. Very close. Oh, he's been very, very kind to me. Thank you. Really nice of that guy to back out again and just let me stay in my own race, being a lap down. Wouldn't say everyone would do that. Okay, don't mess this up in the last 2 laps, Bradley. A very unexpected top 10 on the line here. Yeah, stick around, guys. We'll go straight back to look at that incident. Because there was a lot of cars involved in that. Okay, and the Corvette behind is for position, but should have plenty enough of a gap there, 2.4 seconds. Just bring this one home. Yeah. And well, you stick around for the replay, mate. We came across this part of the track here, and there were cars everywhere. So this is a bit of a lucky P10. We've kept it clean, but I think we're about to look back on a replay of quite a bit of drama further up the field. That's Bathurst for you. Cheers, Scott. Appreciate it. No, it feels like a good run. Got to take the lucky one sometimes. Across the finish line. Whew, all right. What a race.
Good job. Very good job.
We covered onto it. Let's have a look at the carnage, though. Let's have a look at the carnage. What lap? Do we remember what lap it was? It was before the pit stop. I am P8 at this point. This lap. It's this lap here. So it's well up the field. Cheers, Jack. Yeah, it's this year. Race 25 minutes into the race. There. So we're coming up to turn 2. And it's all happened up here at the cutting. And you see, it's not these cars directly in front of me. We'll just look at it from my chase. Come around the corner here. Oh, yeah, and it's not that lap. Great work, Bradley. Great work on the replay. Must be this one. No, because I'm in position 10 of this one. How's that worked? What have we done? Maybe it's this one. Must be this one. Here we go. Look at this carnage. There are cars everywhere. So the question is, when? Who? Who has done this? Okay, we've got, what's the most turned around car? So this guy is in 6th place at this point. He's come in. And it's all in front. Okay, so is it the leader? It's the leader of the race. So I guess we have to look from behind. Got Jesse here in the McLaren. What has gone on? Has he just tried to go up the inside here at the cuttings? He runs slightly wide. He has too. And he's just turned down on him. That's such a tricky place to go. And then it's just... And there's quite a gap behind, isn't there? Right, so this guy sees it and stops. Yes. And then there's a secondary incident, which I assume some cars just charge in here. Bang. Oh, that is not ideal. And we're just far enough back that by the time we actually get up here, by the time we actually get up here, these guys are either crashed or stuck. Yeah, like he's just stuck. And we... Yep, he's in there. And then we just slide through the gap. Aston. Another stop. Wait, look, we're so far back at this point. Yep, and I must come through in a second. There I am there. That is the craziest thing I've seen. And this guy's not even damaged. He's just stuck behind everybody. And then she gets going. I can't believe that. That's actually unbelievable. And even the Corvette, so this is the car that was catching us at the end of the race, you know, he's just got nowhere to go. Yeah, once you're there, you can't do anything. Yes, I will do another one, you know. Yep. I will do one more. I think I've got a couple of minutes, so yeah, that's a very bizarre incident, guys. That is a very bizarre incident. And we gained 13 spots through that just by, well, really not being in the race, if I'm honest. And by the time we got there, the seas had parted. It's very fortunate. So, results of that one. We're another 36 iRacing. We gained some safety rating. And P10. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, it really did. Yeah, a couple of people just got through, right? And then, yeah, most of the cars that are just in front of us here in the 10, the car here in 6, Hendrick, you know, he just happened to get to it when he squeezed by. So next race 3K, I'd be lucky, Jack. I'd have to win the next one, and they're getting harder and harder to win, as they should. Now, unfortunately, gaining iRacing there means that we're, if Charlie, if you're watching still, mate, we're still not going to find ourselves in the same split. I keep edging away. Yeah. 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 Kratisky, yeah, it is getting serious. These, as I say, these 3K, 3K iRacing drivers, it's not. This is serious stuff. This is serious stuff. It's a bit of a dream to be this sort of iRacing, you know. But yeah, I still feel like I'm missing a few things to sort of be like consistently here. you know, if you have really good track car combos and things work out well, you can edge the iRacing up. But you know, as soon as I try and learn something new, it's probably going to go backwards. And it has done. It wasn't that long ago. I was like close to 2,000 iRating, so it can swing pretty fiercely at times. Yeah, you were talking about iRacing giving you yellow flag info. Yeah, crew chief will tell you where the incident is and who's involved. Yep. Yeah, like it definitely outputs that. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I use with IR drivers is quite similar to what I use in ACC, so it's just familiar now, and that's all I've used. But having that countdown or having someone, there's an incident at the cutting, you know, if it spits out some names, yeah, it's good, right? You need that heads up sometimes. Right, so we're back in fixed. So we'll just reacquaint ourselves here with a few laps. We'll go for one more race. So far, it's safe to say that my pace in the Porsche has not been as good as the BMW. But we're making it work, which is, you know, we've had, apart from qualifying, we've had moments of qualifying, but in the race, we've been managing to yeah, just keep things working, which is good. Let me just get that. Sorry, putting the freeze on you there. There we go. So it's not bad. It's not all bad. We have had a nice bit of practice in the chaos, which I think will be important, because I'm pretty sure the 12-hour is a 50-car grid, maybe a 60-car grid. So it's a busy track. That is a busy track. Thanks, Jack. Thank you for coming in once again, mate. Appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, I think my track work ons at the moment, and probably the practice we do the next couple of nights, I think will be around the turning point for the dipper, getting a bit more comfortable. Cheers, Rally. Thanks, you, mate. Appreciate you coming in. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, I think turning points to the dipper and just getting comfortable at Forest Elbow. So, how deep dollars am I into iRacing now since you dipped your toe? Look, pretty deep, I'd say. I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe. I'd have to check now. I've got quite a bit of the content that I would want to be racing. I think this season I've maybe purchased a couple of cars, you know, like this one and the Lamborghini for Daytona, the new tracks. It's probably, I'm going to say it's like 300, between 300 and 400 euros. But I have to double check my numbers on that. But no, it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. There's certainly more tracks, you know, if we take up Oval or something like that, then it's gonna escalate pretty quickly. Because you got to basically buy all the ovals and more cars. You know, getting into open wheel stuff now will just require some car purchases. That's pretty simple. But yeah, I haven't, once I got to B license and did GT3s, I was pretty much committed after that. Yeah, at that point it was like, okay, here we are. Yep, we're buying lots of content. It's not cheap, but I'm not going anywhere. iRacing's not going anywhere. The game's as a service is fantastic, and I'm enjoying it. So Yeah. Let's not crash into this guy. Yeah, someone who's dabbles in oval and some dirt. Yeah, price gets up. Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of how I saw it, you know, like sports car and open wheel is basically the same game, just different cars. But as soon as you go to oval, yeah, it's like a whole different game. It's like starting iRacing all over again. So you effectively double the cost of it. Yeah, always on the fence about for that reason. Yeah, no, I agree, right? When I first started, the cost of iRacing didn't make sense. And we got a lot of the good stuff on ACC and LFM. That was, you know, until LFM sort of died off, for me, I didn't really look at it. And on the flip side, back then, it's like 18 months ago, right? Middle of 2024. Like the tire model of GT3 on iRacing was terrible. It was not fun. You know, so for that reason, almost that reason alone, iRacing was never on my radar. But then iRacing got better, and then the cost became the thing. And I was like, well, what am I missing out on? So, you know, I say if you haven't done iRacing before, get a 3-month subscription. Try the base content. Try the MX-5s, the M2s, the GR86 in a, you know, on a base game track with production car challenge, those sorts of races, and experience the service, what good player numbers get you. And if you don't like the base game, you won't like the rest of it. And if you do like the base game, the cost of the rest of it is going to start making a bit more sense, personally. Yeah, once you're committed, you get over 40 bits of content, yeah, you'll get a 20% discount on anything else. But yeah, at 40, I did a video about it. I sort of summed up the cost of what I thought I'd end up spending on iRacing for sports car. Sort of compared it, you know, sort of dollar for dollar a bit to ACC and LMU, which, you know, was the way I played those games. So it's not a straight comparison, really. You sort of work out the parallels a little bit. And the reality is I'd spent, you know, in 6 months I'd bought all of ACC, everything in LMU, and it was kind of like I've already spent lots of money on a couple of games. And also the fact that, like, how long's LMU going to last? We're not sure. But it's not a 10-year game. So I really didn't like the transition. I hated that. I was like, oh, I've got to try a new game. I've got to deal with the bugs. I've got to make content, try and be positive about it when it was like I wasn't really getting along with it. And the thought of then doing that again in 2, 3, 4 years' time with the next game just felt a bit iffy, if I'm honest. Where iRacing, it's always been here, it's always gonna be here. And then the competition level here is closer. I wouldn't say it's higher, but it's closer. So that's what I enjoy. Not a split one driver, and I'm not split one in this game. Where I'd be split one on LMU if I was driving that. And I'd have to deal with the aliens. And I never win anything for you. Right, we'll let this guy by because he's nice and speedy. Let's work it out. Good stuff. Started a month ago, always a set of Corsa person. Never liked iRacing, but loving it so far. Yeah. I think, yeah, I agree. Like, it's just, it feels like it's a barrier. Yeah, started doing the Porsche Cup for a week now. It's brilliant. Yeah, I really enjoy Porsche Cup. The changes they've made to that car. Yeah, I think iRacing is a much different or much better game. than it was 12 months ago. That's certainly my take on it. And if you've not been paying attention to iRacing over that time, then you probably think it's what it was. I've had a lot of conversations with people who have been like, oh, but the GT3 tyre model's no good, you know, if you overheat them, they never recover. And I was like, yeah, that's like nearly 12 months ago, you know, like that's June last year. So if you're not paying attention to these games, you don't know where they've gone and you're not sure what you're missing out on. Like, even though I don't play LMU, I still keep an eye on all the updates, and I still have all the DLCs. I bought the European Le Mans Series DLC packs, and when those updates come, I still have them. I just haven't made any videos about them. Yeah, I'm probably a bit more hesitant playing for iRacing had I not jumped into this. Yeah. Got used to spending a lot, I guess, yeah. No, that's fair. And I think a lot of good games that will have a lot of longevity are going to have to adopt some sort of longer-term pay model for clients, you know. I think, we saw it with ACC. Once Kunos couldn't really make anything new for it, they just stopped developing it because there's no money in it for them as a business. So hey Taze, how are you? Back again? Yes, you are back. I sorry what happened with those messages. I'll certainly have another look into that. My Stream Elements has some generic settings, and I've seen it a couple of times now on streams. I need to work it out. She likes your content. I did in all caps. Yeah, it's probably the caps thing. Yeah, it's probably the caps thing. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to have a play with some of those. When you start streaming, you're not entirely sure who's going to be in the chat. So, you set things a little bit more, I wouldn't say strict, but, a little more family friendly. And you guys are a nice bunch, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Right, one more race. Let's see how we get on. So we'll have a bit of, at least a bit of baseline data to compare, and we'll, see how this one goes. We'll see how close we are to a bit of a decision. And, well, I guess you'll know exactly our final decision based on the car you see in the thumbnail for Saturday's stream, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so sorry. So sorry. Oh, we don't need to do the practice. Fix it up again, so I have to worry about fuel. Right, let's see if we can do 2 laps of qualifying. How have the races been? Well, a little bit chaotic, but we've been missing it, which is, probably worth rewinding the stream at some point. But the second race, lap 11, I think it was, came across quite a large pile up out in the chase. Not the chase, at the cutting, the turn 4 here. And we passed 10 cars that were just stationary on the side of the road. So very unexpected. Didn't have a great pace in that last race. It was a quick race, a little bit outside my normal pace anyway, and then sort of add to it a slight liquor pace in the moment in the Porsche. But we survived. We got a 10th place. So yeah, it's kind of close, really. We're kind of close to the mark. Just a bit more luck. So hopefully we don't need as much luck this race. Hopefully we can just be a little bit closer. We are door card 5. And we still don't have Charlie in our race. I don't know. Charlie, are you racing? Yeah, it's 10th, yeah. So we were 27th in qualifying. And we just avoided the drama. Not on pace, just on staying out of the way of everyone's mess. Just perfect practice for Saturday. Because there will be much mess. And it'll be great to not be in it. Oh wow, there are only 3 Porsches in this race. That's a big change. Yep, double green, so we'll take it. Clearly on pace alone, yeah. Well, in theory, my average lap time, right, was faster. So yeah, maybe it was pace. Going and not stopping. But yeah, we were just lucky that when we got to the incident, it would clear the path and we could just, you know, get through it without really needing to slow down too much. But some people got caught in the parking lot on the side of the track. Hey guys, yeah, I don't know. I think I still prefer... Yeah, we'll see how this race goes. Talk to my teammate. Compare notes. He's been testing the BMW. You know, I think there's potential here. I don't know if the BOP has maybe taken it away as a decent option now, because, yeah, like, there's only 3 Porsches in this race, and yesterday there was significantly more Porsches than BMWs. We're surrounded by them, so... Yeah, maybe everyone's just rethinking that the second tier of the BOP being out, and the Porsche did get hit pretty hard, so... It's been a good car. It's been better than I expected it to be. Don't go off the air. Oh, that's a silly off track. Alright, let me lock in for a couple laps, guys. Let's see if we can't actually do 2 laps qualifying. That's not a great start. Okay. Oh, shift right before the blue lights. Okay. It's a solid tip, thank you. Oh no. Hopefully that doesn't discount this lap. It's a silly off track. Right, don't do that again. Too deep. Oh, that's too deep as well. Ah, it's a bit frustrating. Not gonna lie. Right, let's get a time on the board here. For goodness sake. Qualifying has really been our Achilles heel in this car today. It's time. 2:05.4. 5th place at the moment. And a few people have done laps. Might be about that. Alright, we're going to be a bit nearer the front this time. There's a couple more cars on laps at the moment. Let's have a quick look. No, he's done 2 there. 1, but I don't think they're going to get to the finish line. So yeah, it might be about that. 6th place at the moment. Definitely more time in that lap. So let's see if we can't go a little bit more forward. It is all. Bring this down again. So we've got McLaren's at the front of this one. Let's drop that away for you. So yeah, we're certainly seeing a change of car at the top of these. Ah, it's car 13. Whereabouts did you qualify, mate? Oh, you're 2 behind. Oh no, next to me. 13. Harvey. Awesome, mate. Well, let's have a good race. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Do that before you cross the line. Yeah. No, yeah, if you run out of time in these things, bang, all over. There's something that caught me out a few times early in qualifying for these sessions where you don't get to finish the lap you're on. I think there was one early race I did it in M2s, and it was at Spa, and you only had like 6 or 7 minutes qualifying, but if you didn't get out immediately of the pits as soon as qualifying started and then just like work super hard on the warm-up lap, you would not get your 2 flying laps in. And the second flying lap was always significantly faster in those cars. So yeah, there was certainly some times I qualified near the front just because I was the only car that did 2 laps, you know. Cool, yep, so we're starting 7th for this one, guys. We've got Harvey in the BMW in 6, car 13. You can see him on the side there. Good luck to him. And then in front of us is just McLaren's, and there's one Ferrari. So, yeah, let's see how we get on. Yeah, running down P3 is going to be top pace just to get second lap, and yeah, that's rough, isn't it? Right. Wish me luck, guys. We might need this. See if we can avoid drama for 3 out of 3 races today.
Going green.
Oh, he's gone straight away. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh! I tried to sneak by. I tried to sneak by.
Your car is too much damage.
Ah.
Gotta fix it.
That's that, guys. Ah, that's annoying. Yeah, see, just tried to sneak by the incident. And you have a moment. Should have been better at that. I was just a little bit worried there was still a car next to me. And then I just needed to stay in front. If I checked up too much, it would just cause more problems. But that was a really messy start, wasn't it, everyone? Not good enough for me at all. Had to happen. Had to happen eventually. Six and a half minutes of repairs. So we'll get back out on track. We'll see if we can't salvage some. We will lose iRacing this time. Yeah, that's a shocker. Very unfortunate. Let's have a look back on the replay. Let's show everyone what's happened here. We are going to go... Oh, there's another crash too. More and more drama. So is this is the car that turned initially? Yeah. Yeah, well, let's go chase cam for myself at the moment, and then let's get rid of that. Yeah, that's just silly from me. Should have done a better job of that. Yeah, it happens, doesn't it, Thomas? So I've kind of missed the jump here. The guys went straight away, and yeah, the leaders lost it, and Jensen here. And I just didn't do anywhere near a good enough job at missing that car. I could have done so much better at that. Yeah, and the car's toast after that. You know, let's be honest, there's no one next to me. Why did I think there'd be someone next to me? I had all the opportunity in the world just to brake and go right over here and miss the whole thing. And I didn't do anywhere near a good enough job of that. Very unfortunate for the leader, though. He had an awesome jump. And look at these poor guys here. Just finding the parking lot again. These races have been a lot more chaotic than yesterday. Yeah, this guy got the start. Ooh, it's very close. Oh, it happens. It happens, guys. That's all right. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. You know, this is where a lack of a really good radar or something like that, or yeah, or you just avoid the incident and take someone else with you, I guess. I don't know. It's a hard one. I'm always a bit too cautious around that sort of thing. But well, there's a couple in the pit lane here with us. So might get a little bit back, but yeah, losing 100 iRacing at this point. So yeah, good luck with that road to 3K, right? Now, guys, it's obviously not going to be the greatest finish to the stream. It's going to be a bit of a boring race from here on out. So look, if you're going to tune away, I totally understand, but we are going to be back on Saturday for the Bathurst 12 hour. I'm going to do the 1 p.m. European time slot, and we'll go nice and late. So I'm hoping we can catch as many of you as possible in the stream at some point. Come check in on us, see how we get on. We will make a decision on car choice for over the next couple of days. Probably put a post up on the channel along with the stream post up when the streams will be like a 2-part stream, I assume. Work all that stuff out. Be my first time streaming for so long. But yeah, looking forward to just hanging out with everyone. And there'll be lots of time when my teammates driving. We can ask questions and do chat stuff, and yeah, if you come see how we get on. But very much looking forward to it. We will make a car choice in the next couple of days, obviously, and lock everything in. Porsche's been fun. It's I'm not as comfortable as I am in the BMW, which is probably fair at this stage. Yeah, the BOP certainly made it a bit tougher, I think. So yeah, we'll have to see exactly where that goes in the end. But yeah, now if you obviously, if there's better people, more entertaining people to stream with, you can go check out their streams. I totally understand, but it'll be the end of the stream after this race. We will get back out on track in, well, I guess we'll see where the field is when they come around here, but maybe we'll just do all the damage repair and we'll crack on with it. So I know it was a real mess at the start, mate. We've a couple of guys spun, and I just didn't do a very good job at avoiding the second of them. A bit on me. Should have been a little bit more cautious there. We would have picked up about 3 spots off the line and been in 3rd place, I think, or 4th. But here we are at the back. Looks like everyone else has quit potentially. So it's worth getting back out there. This is why you finish your repairs and you get back out on track, because I've got up to 14th place. Looks like they have quit the race. So you get back out on track and you get those spots, and you don't lose as much iRating, which is half of what it is sometimes. Yeah, starts bright and early for you. Yep, no, that's fair. No, yeah, I think it's the great thing, you know, as those in the Southern Hemisphere, you know, will be, you know, we get to finish might be 1 o'clock on Sunday in New Zealand time. So, yeah, hopefully you catch, because I stream a little bit too early for kind of, you know, parts of the States, and a few people watch these streams back later, which thank you very much if you're watching the replay at this point. You know, it's great to see people enjoying them still. But yeah, it's special events, and obviously the 24-hour races that are coming up later in the year. Should hopefully be able to catch everyone over that time, which is fantastic. So, and we might even start doing some day streams here, some European day streams at some point too, over the next while. Because yeah, they've been fun. These are really enjoyable. Sorry to not be able to show you a good final race here tonight. Yeah, potentially. The main thing, right? If you have a moment like this, and we will wait for these optional repairs to be done as well, is that you ultimately you get to do more corners, which helps with your safety rating, and you can pick up some more, not lose as much iRating, you know, and that's part of it, you know, that's absolutely part of it. 50 seconds. I don't know if we... Let's see. We might be a bit in front of the leaders here. 40 seconds. What pace are they doing? 205, 205.3. Harvey's still in the race. Car 13, he's in 4th. He's doing a 205.3. Maybe we pull out behind those guys. 6th and 7th, they're doing 205s as well. We'll see. Don't want to get into anyone's way here. So yeah, the guy in 16th now, he's come out of the pits, that Ferrari that came by. So we'll pick up a few here. Just got to put the laps in now, 11 minutes to go.
All clear.
All right. 8 lovely minutes in the pits. Not exactly how we wanted this one to go. And we'll just stay out of everyone's way. Yeah, exactly. 11 minutes to learn something. 11 minutes to pick up a few spots of people who have decided to quit. And, yeah. It's always worth finishing. I'll definitely stay out of Jensen's way behind us here. He was in front of us at the start of the race, and he's going to be trying to charge back one of the two spinners that we avoided. Yep, here you go. Get lost problem. Yeah. What's the stream looking like for you guys? Everything still looking alright? Got iRacing telling me I've got a bit of a packet loss issue, but how's everything been going? And in terms of, has the stream been looking okay and sounding okay? Yeah, stream looks alright. Cool. Okay, we'll have to work that one out. All fine, cool. Justin, we're in quali. No, unfortunately not, mate. Not qualifying, just race on my own. See if we can need to let these guys by as well. Really don't want to get into anyone's way today. Just do our own thing here for the rest of this race. Up to 17th. A few more people to get on. In fact, they've done more laps than us so far. Oh no. That didn't last too well for that guy in the BMW. Probably won't do enough laps to get by him on the results sheet if he decides to quit now. Yeah, maybe the servers have been stressing a little bit. Hopefully not. Never had an issue with like being disconnected from anything before. Oh come on, Bradley, that is really silly. We're a bit gone, I think. Let's refocus. Couple more laps. Goodness me. The car does not feel very nice still. Certainly not a very fastest lap for me. Alright, up to 15th. So unless we can get past that, BMW's in the pits. Looks like he's still in the race, waiting for that damage to be fixed. Yeah, just those few positions take the iRating loss from 100 to 66. So you save yourself 30 odd iRating just by sticking it out, basically. It's always worth it. Pretty much negates all the gains we got today, though. But if you're learning something new and you don't lose any iRating in the process, it's a bit of a win, I think. The other slightly annoying thing about this Porsche I found is that, I don't know if you guys can see it in the stream, you probably can. It's a really weird, and I feel like I maybe shouldn't point this out because you won't unsee it when you see it. It's a really weird line across the windscreen from the reflection of the dash. And I think I can tune it out, but every now and then you just notice it, and it's very prominent when you see it. That's another off track, that's silly. Yeah, it's just something on the dash there that's just reflecting up onto the screen. Which I kind of like that sort of detail. You know, it's sort of one of those neat interior details that games I think should do. Really nice immersion. But yeah, when you notice it, certain angles, I'm sure at different daylights. So that's the other thing actually, we need to practice this week. Decide who's starting the race, because one of the most unique parts about the Bathurst 12 hour is that it starts before sunrise. So, and in real life, the first time the cars drive at night is the race start. They don't do any practice at all. And it's a good hour and a bit before the sun comes up properly. And you are racing the start in the dark, just headlights, obviously no track lights, and it's going to be absolutely wild. But so I've noticed some of the practice servers for the event have that condition at the very start of them, so it'll be good to get a bit of practice in. I'm not sure who's going to start the race yet. We're going to work all that stuff out, but yeah, it's going to be chaotic, so that's how you hit a route, exactly right. I noticed, I actually noticed now that there's a clip from the Bathurst 1000, the Australian Supercars race, of Kai Allen, who missed a kangaroo at about that same spot during the latter part of the race when it was raining. And yeah, you can see on that footage just how big the kangaroo was. So it gave you a pretty good sense of the size of kangaroo that Christopher Mies hit in the morning. yeah, Kai Allen in the Supercars Mustang as well. So maybe it's going to be a Mustang curse. Yellow flag. Damage everywhere. Someone's had a moment. I don't think we're going to profit from that one. Not enough laps on the board for me. Oh, looks like these guys have got going again. Yeah, the Nürburgring 24 is going to be another one for the night driving. I'm sure before the event, because I'm gonna admit there'll be a lot of practice before that event, like a lot. I think by that stage you'll feel pretty comfortable. I certainly noticed for Daytona that running at night wasn't a problem because the track is so well lit with all the track lights. Just like driving in the day. All right, there we go. Across the finish line. We are gonna finish in 15th by the looks of things there. Maybe not quite enough laps on the board to get over one more car that was in the pit lane there, so there we go. There we go. Yeah, the night, I don't know, the night felt alright. The early morning felt really nice at Daytona. Did a couple of stints when the sun came up, and they were my fastest ones. Really fan, who's that? McLaren. Yeah, someone in the chat saying they don't like their car anymore driving the McLaren, so let's quit out of there. Yes, we shall. A bit of a race to forget there to end the stream. Let's head over here. But look, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Really appreciate it. We'll quickly wait for some results to come through. We'll see what the damage is. There's certainly going to be some damage. Hasn't come through yet. But yeah, the next time we'll be streaming is going to... Yeah, no, I did. Yeah, it was, well, it wasn't even turn one. It was like across the start-finish line. Yeah, we review it while I was in the pits, so feel free to dive back on the stream a little bit there. So thanks, Justin. Appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun sharing it with you guys. All right, so we're down 54 iRating there, and we've dropped 0.27 on the safety rating, which is fine. Still 3.66 SR, so we're not going to be worried about that. But we, yeah, a little bit of a drop. Honestly, I think that's exactly where we started this at the start of the evening. So some time in the Porsche. We'll go and compare notes with our teammate. I think my preference is still the BMW, just from a drivability standpoint. I just know the car a bit better, but obviously he's going to have the same thing with the Porsche. So we'll see where that lands. But yeah, the next time we stream is going to be Saturday. We will be, I guess, starting about midday, bit of a warm up for the event, getting ready for qualifying, and we'll spend 12 hours together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to the event, and the races we've done the last two nights, I think, have got me more excited. There's definitely some pace, there's some possibility. Got to stay out of the mess. We've had it all the last two nights. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, very much a lot of fun. So yeah, no, thank you very much, those in chat. Thank you very much for spending some time, for asking questions. I love your questions. And just, yeah, been a pleasure, been a real pleasure. So we will see you on Saturday. And if you're doing the 12-hour yourself, I hope the prep goes really well. And we'll hopefully see you for race day. Right. Race hard, stay positive. We'll see you soon in the next stream, guys. Thanks heaps. Cheers.